Well, it's installation time. Let's get to it. What's up guys? Well, if you saw my previous video then you know I'm ready to do the installation. Roofer's sitting around the back there. I have got the compressor spooled up there because I don't want to move the van forward a little bit further to give me some working space here. So we're going to get that done first and then we will figure out how we're going to get the roof up there. Well, first part's so far so good. You forget how big these things are when you get them stood up. I mean, yeah, I'm 6'4" and the tower's way over my head. Anyway, let's get all this moved around and then we'll start making preparations. Of course, all the water that came off, I dumped it straight down my shoe, so I've now got a squelchy foot. Alright, yeah, let's get the ply round and then we'll come back and sort the rest out. I'm going to be picking things up around here for days. Okay, so I've got the back covered up there. So first task is to lay the ply up against the back of the van. Then I'm going to bring the sawhorses around, put them at the back here, lift the back of the plywood up, sit the back of the plywood on the sawhorses, and I'm hoping that it'll all just sit there. And then the intention is get the roof around, lay that on the plywood, and the rack that I use over there for the doors, the paint rack, lift the back end of the plywood up, put the paint rack under it, so I can then basically just manhandle the roof over. Oh yes, I'm adventurous. Okay, there's the basic idea set up. So, see how I've got it overlaying the actual fiberglass top there? That, when I lift it up, I want the plywood to actually lay on top of there, so I'm not having to try and lift the roof over that. And even if I can just get it sat into place today, that would be ideal. Like I say, it's Sunday today. I think I said it in the previous video, everywhere's closed today, so if I can just get it up here and sat into place, then tomorrow I can just zip off into town, grab some ratchet straps. I can lift it up to that. I can use the tent as a temporary support to lift it so that I can then drop the springs down and get them dropped into place. But that's the basic plan today. So I've got the canvases all tucked in here because I don't actually want them laying over the metal frame when I get it around there. I think though what I need to do is, I've got some strips of plastic, they're just about ½ inch wide or something. I want to see if they'll fit across there so I can just wedge them up under those frames, just really so that they just don't allow the fabric to move. Let me go and see if I can find them now. Hopefully I've still got them. I haven't seen them for a while, but yeah, if I can, I don't want everything to be as easy as possible, and I don't want to be fighting the fabric. Okay. I wish that one was a bit longer, but I just remembered that I did cut a piece off it for something the other day. Oh well, it'll be fine. But yeah, basically, like I said, I want to keep this canvas in place. I don't want it. Well, two reasons. One, it's got to be on the outside of these frames anyway. But the other thing is, I don't want them laying over this edge as I push it up the board, in case these, I mean, they're not really sharp or anything, but in case they end up actually puncturing the outer canvases. So yeah. Now the challenging part, I've got to get this around to the front of the house, or at least around to the camper van. Here we go. Okay. I'll tell you something, it is amazing how quickly this has went from, oh, this is manageable, to this is heavy. Just those few extra bits being added to it. has made quite a difference in the weight. I'm going to have 5 before I attempt that, but yeah, I'm just going to go straight down, up onto the ply. Ply is going to go up, rack is going to go in to hold it level. It's going to slide straight over nicely to the top of the van. Don't know how much of this I'll film, because once I get into it, it even just grabbing the camera, it adds time, and I don't really want it being suspended on that rack for too long in case any kitties come along and jump off and knock everything over. The OG members will know what I'm talking about. But no, seriously, probably once I actually get into this, I may not grab the camera until I've actually got it up there, because it's going to be sketchy, to say the least. Well, procrastinated long enough. Let's just get into it. How bad can it be? Well, so far so good. I'm doing it in little stages. I'll get this all nicely lined up on there, push it, get that in underneath, and yeah. Sketchy. Ended up getting the ladder under there. It seemed a bit more stable in that frame on a minute. But yeah, I'm gonna yeah, I'm gonna get the ladder moved further in, and then we're going to try and get it on top of the van. We're there. Now I just got to get the plywood out. My friggin' arms are shaking with holding that up there while I got it lifted and kind of jostled into place. But as you can see there, the brackets are basically in line where they go. So, oh God. Yeah. My suggestion, don't do as I do as I say, get somebody to help you with this. Absolutely, you know, but yeah, I can be a bit of an idiot at times, so yeah, get somebody to help you. That was hard, that was difficult. I won't lie about that. That's but it's there. Right, let's get this plywood out. I can actually get that put away now, and yeah, we'll see about getting that lined up, and who knows, I might even get it buttoned down. The bracket's actually lining up way better than I thought, so who knows? Who knows? So I've got it roughly sat into place there now. Obviously the wood's still on here, so I'm going to take this one off first. Try and get them screwed in. I mean, there's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the screw holes. So let's see if we can get that into there. So I've got this basically into place now. So all I'm doing is get a screwdriver, get into one of these holes so I can get it lined up, then start getting the screws in. Once I've got that, I'm probably not going to tighten it right up yet, but just enough to hold everything. And then I'm going to go around and I'll do the other side. I think actually what I need to do though is I need to go around here and put some. Oh, I've got screws in, that's all right. I'd forgotten, I couldn't remember whether I'd put screws in here or not, but yeah, I've got one down there, one up there. That's all I need to hold the wood in place. So, but yeah, I'll get this lined up, get it screwed, and we'll do the same on this side, and then we can actually pop the top up and start playing with the canvases. Okay, we've got that one in. I am going to put longer screws in this eventually, But for now, these will do. They're easy to drive in because they're going to have to come in and out a couple of times because I've got trim to go up around here and everything. So, but yeah, the final ones that will go in will be much longer. I might even go in with like a Torx head or something, but we'll see when we get there. But that's that side actually secured now. So we're going to move over here and basically do the same up behind me. So we've got it roughly into place now. I don't know if you can see that, but it's sitting cattywampus there. So what I will have to do is go to the outside, loosen the brackets off on the outside so this can move. But right now I just want to get some screws in and just get it secured. Okay, we're ready to pop it up. I've only got 3 screws in there because I do need to get this lined a bit better, but yeah, we're ready to push it up for the first time. That's really exciting. Of course, the wind's getting up. I'm glad I actually got everything sorted before that happened, because this would have been a nightmare. I mean, it's just a gentle, well, it's not a gentle breeze, it's a little bit more than that, but it would have made this really, really difficult. Anyway, let's see if we can pop this up. Well, it's up. I'm like a child, I'm excited. So, I'm going to drop these down. I think what I'll do is I'll probably do the side ones first. Get those anchored down, and then, because obviously this will tilt like that. So if I get the side ones in, I can take measurements on either side and make sure it's all sitting square. Let's take a look from the outside. Let's get out of the sun there. The landlady's got guests, so you're going to hear some voices in the background. Yeah, excellent. Very cool. Oh, would you look at that? Obviously it's not tightened down or anything yet, but I am feeling very accomplished. It's been a while since I felt this good about how far the van's getting on. This really is quite a milestone. Anyway, let's move on, because standing here looking at it is not going to get it finished. So I've just measured the rear. Oh, great. Go on, John. I've just measured the rear and we're at 17 3/4. So I've just measured the rear and we're at 17 3/4. At the front we're at 20, so obviously it's leaning backwards. So we've got to get it basically equal either side. So I'm just going to be back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then we can put this canvas down. And I'm not going to put all the screws in. I'm just going to do it every maybe 4th or 5th hole, just until I got everything screwed down, everything, make sure everything's into place. So yeah, an issue. I can't get enough adjustment on it because the tent is actually sitting on the rear of the top. Yeah, I wasn't anticipating that. So I need this side here lifted, as I can roll the van back, and I do need to roll it back before I finish up tonight, because one of the issues that I don't want, one of the issues I had last year was the canvas rubbing up against the van and damaging the paint. So with the wind starting to pick up a little bit now, challenges. I wonder if I can just put some bricks under there. Yeah, let me figure this out. Okay, we have some clearance. It's going to end up, this tent is going to be a friggin' skyscraper. One plan I do have though is getting the roof done is just the first part of it. The next part is, now I don't know how this is going to show up in the actual videos that go out on YouTube, but I want to get all the body glass in. I don't have the stuff to do the front windows yet, but if I can get all the body glass, windshield and everything else in, I'm going to take the tent down, basically I'm going to turn it sideways so it just stretches across the entrance to the garage here, and it'll be a lot more stable. Plus, like I say, the rest of the van will be sealed up, so and just nose at the front under the tent just to keep water from the inside. And I may go ahead and start working on the interior. I do have a couple of big purchases to make. One is to do with the transmission, the other one is the wiring harness. Now, wiring harness has proven to be a bit of a challenge. I can find basically up to 73, and I can find 75 and onwards. I can't find 74. And let me clarify. All I can find is the main body harness, which basically is the charging system and the starting system. Indicators and all of that, it doesn't include it. So what I am thinking about doing is, it's a straightforward wiring system on this. It's really not that complex. So what I'm thinking about is I will go with the main body harness, which I can get a 74 body harness, and then just wire the lights and everything myself. What I'm going to use for that, and you may have your own opinion on this, but I don't think it's a bad idea because I've done it before, is I'm basically going to use a trailer wiring harness. You can buy it by the meter. It's what, 39 inches in length, multiples of 39 inches, sorry, and it's designed to do brake lights, side lights, backup lights, turn signals, indicators and all of that, and it's in a sleeve. So I can basically just run it straight down to the back here along with the body harness and just wire the lights up, and I'll use the trailer wiring colours basically to wire everything on the back here. I've got some lined up at 7 core, which will give me a couple of additional circuits for anything else that I can think of, because obviously it doesn't have to carry the ground because grounds are all local. So that's the idea. So I would like to get basically the van sealed up and then moving into doing that, and then over the winter I'm not sure how it's going to work out, but obviously I don't want to put the engine and transmission in if the transmission's got to come back out, because it's a bit of a heavy bugger. So I'm probably going to in fact what I might do is I might set the engine up on a basic stand with the transmission outside of the van, because although this is a reconditioned engine, it's never ran, so I do need to do a running in procedure. So over the winter I might actually do that. Plus I want to get the engine built, get all the tin work and everything on the engine as well. So, but I want the wiring system in first. So that's kind of a basic layout for how things are going to, how things are going to work out, I think. Obviously this is open to other schedules, it's open to finances and all of that. So, but I really would like this van on the road by March or April, which is a bit of a tall order, but I know I can do it if I can afford to. That's the bottom line. It's going to get there. It's going to look good. I do have a video coming up on, I have been working on the back seat, like the rock and roll bed and the cupboards, because I had a few days while I was waiting on stuff, and so I just pulled all of that out and just to figure out what I actually need to do on that. So that will actually pop up shortly as well, so maybe after this one. Also have a video coming up on the Mini, so anyway, that's not getting me moving along, so let's just get on with this, and hopefully I can get this all tied down today. One thing I did forget to mention, right at the moment there is a strap, elastic strap that goes around the inside of this. Basically it's a bungee, and what it does is as you pull the roof down, it actually pulls the canvas in, puts tension on it so that you don't have to go around tucking it in all around the edges. I don't have that yet, so I won't be putting that on. But if you remember, if you look back at the canvas video where I put those little eyelets in, that's what it's for. So anyway, let's get on with this. So I've got that just basically laid into place, and just some tension put on the canvas there. Now one thing, you'll obviously notice that that hasn't been painted yet. It does have to come back off again, so you know I'm just going to paint it then, but right now I just want to get it into place. And yeah, I think this is going to work okay. Okay, there's the first strip screwed. I've just got a few screws along the edges. I'm going to go back and double check these measurements just to be sure, and we'll do the same on the other side. Then we'll put the two cross strips on, and yeah, obviously sun's in my eyes there, but yeah, it's been a lot of work, but I'm very happy. I know I've said that multiple times, but I just am. You know, it's I've never done anything like this before. Oh, let's get out of the sun. Never done anything like this before, so this has been a complete unknown. You know, so I just dove in and just went for it. But I don't know how well you can see that. The van always looks bluer on camera than it actually is. But the match between them in real life is very close. It's the canvas is just a little bit darker than the van. But yeah, I don't know if this is going to show up when I actually edit the video, but on the camera here, the van looks like really blue in comparison, but it's not. The colour of the canvas there is almost spot on to the colour of the canvas there is virtually the same colour as the van in real life. Right, let's get down to the other side. I think what I'm going to do is I'll get that other side attached, and then I'm going to move the van back because the wind is getting up and I don't want that front end to get chipped or scuffed or, you know, anything happen to it again with the wind. Okay, there we go, that's that one now screwed in. Like I said, doing the same thing, only just putting a few screws in just to get everything lined up and secured. But yeah, now I can go and start doing the back and the front. Now there is still a little bit of slack in this, but once that bungee is attached, it will pull a little bit of tension on it and pull that out. So, but we are looking good. There we go. There's still two screws to go in the centre there, but they are very short ones and I don't have them. So what I may actually do is, no, I'm not. I was going to say I may actually just drill through the roof and put a nut and bolt in, but I'm not going to do that. But overall, yeah, happy, very happy with how it's coming along. So I'm going to move to the front now, and we've basically got it installed. I've forgotten something, and if you saw the last video, you know I was talking about it, and I did actually cut the piece, but you can see where we're at. Up there, I forgot to glue it on. Oh well, it's easy enough to get to there. But I can't believe I forgot to do that, but I did. Anyway, we've got the rear attached now. Let's get the front attached, and then we'll get the skylight in, and that's it. We're done. Obviously, there's still, like I say, there's a few screws and everything to put in there, but they'll get put in much later when I get the stainless steel ones. But there we have it. That's basically it. I'm not sure, I think it's about 5 videos now on restoring this. It's been a journey, but it's been well worth it. I honestly think it's been well worth it. So there we have it. I've said many times in this video, or this video series, that I hope you give it a shot yourself. My total investment on this is, I'll have to work it out, but I think it's somewhere around about £150 for everything. That's all the seals, that's the canvases, that includes the sewing, like the purchase of the sewing machine, the adhesives. That is absolutely everything, about £150. I'll work it out, and if I remember I'll stick it on the end of this video, just exactly how much I've spent. So anyway, with that in mind, thank you for watching. I would appreciate a click, a like, a subscribe, whatever. Why's my phone making strange? Why's my camera making strange noises? Anyway, whatever. Take care. Have a good one.